We're adding to our pinch pots today. So last lesson you would have made a pinch pot. Mine probably isn't as smooth and beautiful as yours because I've just quickly made it now. But we've got your pinch pot. When you collect it from the tub, leave your name tag behind, just lift it off and carry it over to your board. All right, so what are we going to do first? Well, we need to learn about the 4 S's of joining. So when you join clay, you need to score, which another word for score is scratch. You need to slip, you need to smush things together, and then you need to smooth them. So it's score, which is like scratching, which you can do with like a fork, making scratches. Slip, which is putting watery clay on it to make it go shiny. It's a bit like glue, and I use a toothbrush to do the scoring. You can see that when it's a wet toothbrush, you can get that roughed up look. So that's scoring. The slip happens at the same time. So using this dipped in, it's a water pot with a little bit of clay in it, which creates a slip. So that's really good. You can do 2 steps at once. And then we smush. So before we smush, I need to roll a coil because we're learning how to do coils. So when you get a bit of clay, you want to make it, squeeze it into a bit of a sausage shape to start with. Trying to roll a coil right from the get-go from a ball is actually really hard. So try and get it into a bit of a sausagey snake shape first. If your clay's a little bit dry, again, just a bit of tap of water. And when you roll it, push down onto your board and rolling it. You can try twisting it a little bit if that helps you keep it even. So picking it up and giving it a little twist. And then when you get it into a nice shape, can you see how I'm moving my fingers out as I do it? Now I want to try and get that coil the same pinky width all the way along. So I'm having a bit of a look at where the fat bits are. Looks like the snake swallowed something, maybe a mouse. And trying to get it nice and even. Okay, you can probably get it quite long. If it breaks, don't worry, we can join it back together. Okay, so now we're going to add the coil as a layer to our pinch pot. So we are going to wrap it around, sit it on top like this. Okay. Now, if you want your bowl to start going out and get fatter and then come back in, if you want it to go fatter first, put your coil around to the outer edge. If you want your coil to start coming in skinnier, you put it closer to the middle, like that, so a smaller circle. And if you want your walls to go pretty much straight up, then just put it on top. All right, now this bit, you guys will have some butter knives, and where it overlaps, you want to just cut through both. Just careful of your pot underneath, so that you have 2 bits that will join up perfectly like that. Okay, so again, remember we have scored and slipped this part, but we need to do the coil. So score and slip, and we need to do the ends as well because they will be joining together. So score and slip. Now another fun part, smush. Just push it together and smooth it with your fingers to join. And you can put it on top of your pot. So from the side it will look like that. And then you can use your fingers or you can use a tool, and you want to go from the coil down. We are going to smooth that all the way around so it joins. So we've done the slip, the score and slip, the smooshing, and now we're doing the smoothing. You can go back over with your finger. Okay. You want to get this right, so take your time, and we want to join it on the inside as well as the outside. So I'm going to go right around. Okay, I might just do half. It's probably getting a bit boring if you watch all that. And then do the inside as well. So going in like this. Remember, from the coil down. Go all the way around, and then you can go back with your finger or your tool and smooth it that way. Okay, so we've got a nice join on the outside and on the inside. Again, you'll repeat, so roll a coil. And you want to decide if you're going to this time, see how mine started to go out. I might start coming up and then coming in, because I want mine to have like a cool sort of curved belly sort of shape to my pot. Okay, so once I've got all that. Now, the other cool thing you can do with coils is you can make them into little shapes. So I'll put up a chart of the different shapes you can get. You can just chop them into little posts, or you can try and make little spirals, or these are quite cute. You can make little love hearts. So you just turn both ends in together like that. So I might add a whole row. Now this is going to take a little bit of time. So I'm going to add a whole lot of these that are going to go around the edge of my pot like this. So again, every time I join them, if there's a gap in there like that, if I don't want to leave that because it's not very secure, I might want to make a little clay bead to fit in there like that. And again, every time you join them, remember, score everywhere they're touching. So they're touching each other and they're touching the top of the coil. So that's probably all we'll have time to do today. Just a reminder to make sure that your pot goes back on your name tag in the tub, ready for us to add. So we can add this all the way around, and then we can actually add another coil on top and keep building our pot higher and higher. But you might want this cool decorative layer. Okay, so that is your goal today. See if you can add a coil and then add some interesting coil shapes in a layer, and then hopefully another coil on top today. If you are super quick and speedy at it, you can just keep adding more layers, so there's no restriction. The only restriction will be the height of your pot. It still needs to be able to fit in the plastic tub, because remember, that is the same height as the shelves in our kiln. And because there's so many of them that will need firing in the kiln, we need to make sure they fit. So if you need to, if you're checking the height, you can go over to one of the tubs and just check that it's not going to go higher than the tub height. Okay. So again, reminder that we wash our hands in the blue buckets, not down the sink. And it's the 4 S's of joining, and we're doing coils today. Have a lot of fun. Remember, don't get frustrated. You can always pull things off and squish them up and start again. It's just practice.